Pika. 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 Pikachu.
Hi and welcome to a brand new video with Minushu243, and a new Death Battle episode has been released, and with that I am going to react to it like I usually do. And this time it's Optimus Prime versus Gundam. I can't say I know Optimus Prime to that place where Death Battle requires you to. So I guess I could say I mostly only know it from the live-action movies. Well, at least the 3 first live-action movies, because I haven't seen the ones that came after that. When it comes to the animated series, I have not really seen it. At least not much. So I can't really say I know a whole lot about Optimus Prime, but Gundam, on the other hand, I have no idea who that is. I know literally nothing about him, so I have to watch this analysis before I can decide who I think is going to win. So with that said, and without further ado, let's get this over with. And play!
Check out 23andMe, a DNA testing service that can offer insight into your ancestry, health, wellness, and traits. The 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service includes reports on how your DNA can influence your weight, sleep quality, sense of taste, and more. It's super easy to do. You just spit into the tube and mail it back to their lab to be analyzed. I learned a lot about my family tree, and I'm probably a little lactose intolerant. Order your 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service Kit at 23andme.com/deathbattle. That's the number 23andme.com/deathbattle.
Alright, so let's get this over with.
Across this vast world of different nations with different people, it is the clash of opinions which truly divides us. However, there is one universal truth which absolutely everyone can agree on.
Giant robots are freaking awesome! Like Optimus Prime,
Well,
the original G1
but yeah, they can be, I
Transformer.
guess.
And the RX-78-2, the original Mobile Suit Gundam.
These aren't just any robots, they're the old school classics, the first of their kind, and we're in for a robo battle of East versus West.
Well, Optimus was originally a Japanese toy.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay. Optimus Prime?
Millions of years ago, on a distant planet called Cybertron, a great unrest grew between two factions of robotic beings, the Decepticons and the Autobots. With little warning, they found themselves entangled in civil war.
Led by that douchebag Megatron, the Decepticons started gunning down any bot they pleased for basically no reason, including some guy named Orion Pax, which will be important later. Rest in peace, Robro.
What Megatron didn't know was that this seemingly random encounter would end up reshaping the universe.
Thanks to a robot Gandalf, Orion Pax was rebuilt into something bigger, stronger, and way more recognizable.
The newest commander of the Autobots had risen, Optimus Prime.
The Autobots will never sacrifice freedom.
Optimus is a powerful warrior with tons of awesome robo powers.
As a Transformer, he can scan nearby objects and morph his body to resemble one, becoming a robot in disguise.
His favorite is a classic 1979 Kenworth K100 tractor. An oldie but a goodie which sports 500 horsepower and can book it over 80 miles per hour. He even gets a trailer which, when he doesn't need it, mysteriously disappears into thin air. No, really, where the hell does that thing go? I need to
You
know.
can always
More
wonder.
importantly, the life force of every
Magic.
Transformer resides
It's
in
probably
their
magic.
spark, sort of like a soul. And Optimus is no different, except that
Or
his
just
spark has
cartoon
nothing
logic.
unique abilities.
Yeah, his spark's pretty rare. Compared to other robo people, it gives him increased strength, speed, and durability. He can shoot laser beams from his hands, fly with either a jetpack or his feet boosters, and move his limbs around while they're detached like some sort of ghost robot Rayman. Ooh!
Optimus is referred to as a 0.1%er. That is how rare a being of his caliber is.
Is that what all those people on Wall Street were protesting?
Even then, many of Optimus's abilities are further enhanced thanks to his possession of one of the most powerful artifacts in Cybertron's history. The Matrix of Leadership.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's nothing much. It's just a piece of robot god!
The Matrix is a conduit for the power of Primus, the creator of the Transformer race. With this, Optimus can heal some of his most grievous wounds.
What? Not all the time. Like, you know, when he died.
And use the power of the Matrix to light our darkest hour.
Well, he has an impressive arsenal to hopefully keep that particular problem from coming up again.
Yeah, never again. Regardless, he wields the Ion Blaster, a giant death cannon which Prime one-hands like a boss. This big old rifle fires bolts of energy strong enough to take down most Decepticons, and can even be fired into space from ground level. Even better, it never seems to run out of ammo. One can only dream.
Optimus Prime also carries numerous weapons composed of Energon, a raw energy force used by Transformers to power their technology and, well, themselves.
He's got a glowy Energon axe and Energon swords, perfect for slicing up robots of all sizes. And I guess they'd probably work pretty good on people too.
Fighting fire with fire, Optimus Prime led the fight against the Decepticons for several millennia. Eventually, the war even found its way to our own Earth.
But we've got nothing to worry about with Optimus protecting the planet. He's tanked blasts that would tear other bots apart, like when this mega refinery exploded. It could be seen from outer space. He's punched the ground.
That must
so
have been a very
hard,
big,
the
big,
trees around him friggin'
must have been a really big
Child's
explosion
play,
in that
Boomstick.
case.
He's strong enough
I mean,
to
since you
tip
can see it
this
from
large
space,
oil
it's
tanker,
kinda...
which, when compared to the real-life Sea-Wise giant, must weigh over 700,000 tons.
He's tossed a satellite into orbit and punched hard enough to crack Six Shot's chest plate.
Who boasted that his armor was drawn from the compacted subatomic matter of a collapsed star. Just to let you know, such a star would have a density of over 300 billion tons per cubic inch. While great density doesn't necessarily beget great toughness, this still means Six Shot's armor was 500 billion times more dense than osmium, the most dense natural material on Earth.
You're the most dense natural material on Earth.
What'd you say?
And our robo-commander wrecked it. He's fast enough to catch up to this Decepticon space shuttle in just 23
Okay.
seconds.
Given the size of the Earth here and the angle of ascent, we can determine he's moving around 125,000 miles per hour. He's also a talented leader, capable of commanding 1,000 battles at the same time via the Omniglobe.
Like Skynet, but in a giant disco ball. He's used that crazy strength of his to punch through Megatron, who once tanked an explosion big enough to knock Cybertron out of orbit. And thanks to the weird robo-magic of the Matrix, he's even defeated Unicorn,
Unicron.
who's basically a giant robot Satan who eats planets. This guy is unstoppable.
Not necessarily. Optimus is certainly powerful, but after all is said and done, he has one major weakness.
To violate that law would destroy our honor.
He's just too nice.
Yeah, he's kinda all about the whole honor and fair fighting thing, which kinda screwed him over more than once, and even gotten him killed multiple times. Plus, he
Yeah,
killed himself
he's even been
once
killed in a
just
live
because
action
he
movie as
accidentally
far as
broke
I
the
remember.
rules in a freaking game. Damn.
But when his back is to the wall and all hell's breaking loose, he'll fight to the end, riding the
Yes,
eye
Lord.
of the storm.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Okay? Gundam?
In the year 2179, humanity has embraced the stars.
Well, mostly.
Right. After a somewhat united humanity expanded across the solar system, the ideologies between those on Earth and those in space began to drift apart. A new Space-noid republic, the Principality of Xeon, arose to challenge the Earth Federation.
Space Noid? That like the Domino's pizza mascot, but in space?
No, more like space Nazis.
Oh, well, I guess it's no surprise that they started a war by gassing a populated space colony and dropping the whole thing on the planet. Man, that's messed up. But that's just how it started. For the real star of the show, some smart guys put their heads together and came up with the coolest thing they could think of. Giant fighting robots!
These were mobile suits, and one of Earth's nuttier engineers had developed a suit which would put all others to shame. This was the RX-78-2, otherwise known as the Gundam.
There have been lots of mobile suits named Gundam, but this was the original granddaddy of them all.
This experimental mobile suit was hidden on a remote colony, but before its maiden voyage with the equally classified White Base could begin, it was caught in a surprise Zeon attack.
With just 2 Zaku suits, the Space Nazis wiped out almost all of the White Base's military crew. The only people left to save these secret projects were civilians, who had no idea these things even existed.
Among those who rose up was a young boy named Amuro Ray. Brilliant, albeit standoffish, Amuro was actually the son of the Gundam's chief engineer, and had already stumbled upon the mech's coded blueprints.
So he grabbed the owner's manual, jumped in the Gundam, and flew into the fight. Damn, not too shabby for going off just the manual.
Amuro quickly adapted to its complex controls thanks to its learning computer system, designed so the Gundam itself can learn its pilot's limitations and compensate.
Its body is made of a super durable Luna titanium alloy called Gundarium. Of course.
Yet another fictional
of
metal
course.
that's way better than anything in real life.
For weapons, it's got twin 60mm Vulcan guns for ears. It's got a shield that can block shots strong enough to take down warships, and a gravity hammer, a supersized flail that's rocket propelled. Whoever came up with that is my goddamn hero. Same with the guy who built the ultra-destructive beam rifle.
That would be the ingenious Dr. Minovsky. Thanks to him, the beam rifle is a marvelous feat of weapons engineering. Minovsky had developed a way to miniaturize the enormous megaparticle cannons found on warships without losing any power.
The result is a Gundam-sized rifle that can take down entire fleets of ships all on its own. It's like having a pistol with all the power of 1,000 tanks.
A single shot could easily tear through a 13,000-ton Musai-class warship. Given the official stats of this ship, to tear it asunder like so would require a strike worth nearly 9,000 tons of TNT.
Sure, the beam rifle only has 16 shots, but who really cares when you just need one?
Last but not least, the Gundam carries 2 retractable beam sabers.
Cause you can't have space battles without royalty-free lightsabers.
But all these amazing weapons would be useless without an exceptional pilot. Despite still technically being a civilian, Amuro became the main pilot for the Gundam. Turns out, his skill was mostly thanks to his previously unknown abilities. Amuro was a new type.
Like, Pokemon?
See, apparently humankind was never meant to live under gravity's pull. In space, without it literally weighing down their souls, some humans developed psychic powers.
That is the dumbest backstory for why someone gets powers, and we've heard a lot of them, Wiz. So what, he can like read minds or something?
Sort of. These powers and their capabilities have little definition, often differing between
I'm
different
speechless.
people. Most new types can instantly understand each other upon contact, even drawing kinship between sworn enemies. Amuro's abilities in particular grant him something akin to precognition. He can predict exactly what will happen on the battlefield and where his enemies will be, and can capitalize on it if he reacts fast enough.
How could he possibly predict I'd attack from the other side?
He shot down targets too fast for the eye to see, and navigated his friends through a collapsing fortress with no casualties. By the end of the war, his own reflexes were pushing the limits of the Gundam itself.
A magnetic coating was added to the Gundam to compensate, reducing the suit's friction and increasing its speed by 27%.
Over 14 years of military service, Amuro became a legendary pilot. He even learned how to use these super fast funnel guns with his Psycho powers.
Speaking of speed, the Gundam is comparable to the Red Zaku piloted by Amuro's rival Char, which is 3 times faster than the standard green model.
During the first large-scale battle with mobile suits, a Zaku flew through the battlefield in 7 seconds.
By comparing the
7 seconds?
1,072-foot-long Magellan-class starships in the distance, we can tell the Zaku flew over 7 miles. This puts the standard Zaku's top speed just under Mach 5. When tripled to compare to Char, this means the Gundam can move at least 11,000 miles per hour, 15 times the speed of sound. Highballing it with Amuro's new type powers and
Wow.
magnetic coating, it's possible the Gundam can move as fast as Mach 25. though anything over that would put it dangerously close to re-entry speeds, which its chassis cannot survive on its own.
The Gundam is strong enough to lift and
That
throw
is really
this
fast,
goofy
though.
mobile suit, and tough enough
I'ma
to
just
power
say.
through a magnetic field that's 7,200 degrees Fahrenheit. It survived plenty of really big explosions, including a detonating asteroid and a nuclear blast which wrecked Amuro's home colony. I bet it could wipe
Damn,
out
does
the
this guy
space
even have
Nazis
any
all on its own.
It nearly did. Amuro and his Gundam were instrumental to the war
weaknesses?
effort. It doesn't matter how much the Gundam was burned. It would always stand up, dispel the fear, and fly.
Now this could be tough.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, let me transform your eating habits.
Okay, Gundam can apparently predict your opponent's attacks and all of that, and he is really fast. Optimus Prime has been defeated in multiple battles, but I didn't catch if they said that with if Gundam has been defeated a lot. But after watching this analysis, I am actually tilting more for Gundam, actually. I'm not too sure why. I guess it just makes a lot of sense to me that Gundam just seems better in almost every category. I don't know, but yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about either of them even after watching the analysis. So yeah, I gotta guess the Gundam is going to win this. I am hoping Optimus will win this, but yeah, I'm gonna guess Gundam. So let's end this.
Checking something out, Sayla. It's more than meets the eye.
Get your butt back to White Base. If there's trouble, we can't send backup.
Let's roll.
So 3D battle, huh?
It's an enemy mobile suit. I told you. That's too fast.
There you are.
Well, let's see if I'm right, because
Vile deception.
reasons, I guess.
I have been in battle for countless eons. Not today.
I'm not so sure you got this one, Optimus Prime.
I hate gravity.
Wow! You cut it off! Pretty much. That seemed a little bit too close.
Stop that. I'm just bad.
I'm must stand, so you shall fall.
Oh my gosh! Did he? Oh, okay!
He's got the power!
I was
It
wrong!
was an impressive machine, and Amuro was a skilled
But
pilot.
I'm glad.
Optimus's
For some
millions of
reason,
years of battle experience
okay with being wrong for
completely
this one.
overshadowed Amuro's 14. Also, we already know that Optimus was over 6 times faster and 9,000 times stronger.
Holy hell!
Ah.
Optimus was so freaking buff. But the
After
Gundam
hearing
had plenty of its
Gundam
own
speed, I
advantages.
just
With Amuro's super
got
feature
more
size powers,
feeling that
they
he
could
was
keep
the
up
better
with
one,
Optimus's
but
speed. And with the
that is
Gundam's
apparently not the
firepower,
that was
who
apparently not
cares
the
how
case
much it
after all.
lift?
Unfortunately, the Gundam's limited ammunition meant this couldn't last. And even then, Optimus could certainly survive a shot from the beam rifle.
Remember that refinery explosion Optimus survived? The one you could see from outer space?
This blast
Oh,
left
yeah.
an enormous gash on the planet Cybertron. To measure the power of this explosion, we needed to compare it to the curve of the planet. Now, Cybertron's size is pretty inconsistent throughout G1 Transformers history, but even when using the alternating sizes between the cartoon and the comics, the blast is far more destructive than the beam rifle in both cases.
And Optimus just walked right out of that bitch. And this isn't some weird outlier just out of the comics either. In the cartoon, Megatron survived a blast that pushed Cybertron out of orbit. And he's pretty comparable to Optimus.
To be fair, the Gundam boasted some impressive durability feats too.
Like when Amuro accidentally blew up a Zaku's nuclear reactor right in his own face. Hey, give him a break. It was his first time.
This explosion created a hole in the space colony which sucked out Amuro's father.
Whoops. On the bright side, he's gonna save some money on Father's Day gifts, right?
And with his heightened mind, we deduced the scope of the explosion.
It's over 150,000 kilotons of TNT. That's 10,000 times more powerful than the bomb that dropped on Hiroshima, but still nowhere close to the refinery explosion Optimus survived.
Also, the Gundam couldn't dodge Optimus's ion blaster forever. It was fast enough to strike targets in orbit from ground level. That puts its laser speed over 3 million miles per hour.
Even when he knew it was coming,
Holy
Amuro couldn't react quick enough to dodge or
macaroni.
block anything that fast. And even then, Optimus's time in the Omni-Globe proves he can think way faster than Amuro.
And just to blow your mind even more, in order to obliterate Unicron with the Matrix, the energy output must have equaled more than 40 yotatons of TNT.
Like the Star Wars guy. And you know what they say, size matters not, especially when Optimus has defeated opponents as big as Devastator.
The Gundam was a powerful mobile suit with some astonishing firepower, but was ultimately outmatched by the Autobot's strength, speed, durability, and experience.
I'd say Optimus was primed for this fight.
The winner is Optimus Prime.
Well, congrats,
Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see
Optimus.
exclusive
I hope it
commentary
says
on this episode,
octopus for some
over
reason.
there. And if you want the battle music for yourself, click the link down below and you can get it off of iTunes. See you in the next one.
So who's next? The first ever live-action Death Valve. Nightwing versus Daredevil. Okay, let's just start with analysis. The analysis was okay. It could have been a little bit better, so I could understand more easily that Optimus Prime is the better one. But I did enjoy listening to what his build to the two characters is. So, and I was so sure Gundam was going to have this one after hearing that speed and that whole thing about it predicting his opponents, but I am actually really okay with being wrong with this one, because I wanted Optimus Prime to win. I don't know why. It's probably just because I know, I know him better and I have seen, live action stuff with Transformers, but at least the 3 first movies. But either way, yeah, the animation itself was really good though. I really did like the whole animation played out. It was a lot of, well, it just really did did enjoy it. And about the next time, it's gonna be a live action one, and that is freaking. I'm not just sure. Maybe that. I'm hoping that will be good though. But when it comes to the two characters, Nightwing versus Daredevil, who are they? I feel like it's Marvel versus DC again, but is it Marvel versus DC again? Because I feel like Daredevil is either, I feel like those two characters are either Marvel and DC, so, but I don't know them, so I can't really say anything about them, to be honest. But a live action one, that could be interesting itself. I know the 100th episode will be the one episode that I start showing with some boomstick, because I saw that little video they put out where the Wiz and Boomstick was actually shown. So, which was a funny video, by the way. But anyway, yeah, I can't wait to see what the next episode has to offer. With the analysis of the characters, I need to get to know them more. I just need to know more. I just need to hear about them and stuff like that. So yeah, I have a few default IDs myself that I want to see, but I guess I could comment to that in a later video if you want to see that. See me go into a video like that, where I mention default I would like to see. Let me know in the comments below. And the original video is also linked down in the comments below. Sometimes I do think that I should say the whole thing that go check out the original video first, but I forget to say that. So that's what I'm saying in the end of the videos usually. So, well, either way, I hope you guys did enjoy this reaction. And yeah, what do you think about this default? Do you like it? What would you like to see different? Do you agree with the results? Personally, I can't really say I disagree with the results. But either way, yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to Miniature 240 for more more default reactions and more gaming videos. And I see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Miniature 240 signing out.